Howdy folks, for today's video what we're gonna do is, I took my 45 ACP AR-15 and I took it down to Lee at Black Ice Coatings, dropped it off and asked him if he could do his famous black Teflon coating on my 45 ACP AR-15. That was a few weeks ago, and he called me up and he said, hey, the stuff is ready, it's coated, and he asked if I wanted to put it together myself or if I wanted to wait and have him do it and reassemble it together for me. And I of course said, oh no, I've done tons of AR-15s, I'll just go ahead and assemble it myself. And so I went and picked up the bin of parts that were Teflon coated, and it was a little bit shocking at first because he actually stripped it down to like everything, like took out everything, the springs, the roll pins, the detents, everything, and he coated almost all the parts. Now he didn't touch the springs because he has to bake it, and applying heat to a spring would be a bad thing. But all the other parts, and well, he didn't do the detents because they don't need it, but like everything else he coated. I came home with this bin of parts and I recognized that this 45 ACP AR-15 lower is not quite standard when you compare it with, say, like a standard AR-15 lower. This one is a quarter circle 10 AR-15 large frame Glock receiver, and it has extra parts that since I didn't take it apart, I didn't know exactly how they all fit together. So anyways, we're gonna assemble this together, and I am of course speeding up the action so that it's a little bit more watchable. So here we go. All right, guys. So we are all done. Here we go. Here's what we have. We got my 45 ACP AR-15 with the Glock. It takes Glock mags, and it's a quarter circle 10 large frame Glock receiver. And I have the SBA4 arm brace. Man, that's smooth. Holy crap. And that's one thing I noticed with all the parts Teflon coated with this black Teflon. Man, it is the action is like crazy smooth. Like it used to be before I took it to him, you'd pull this back and it was kind of gritty, you know. And it is smooth. Even the trigger, he coated the trigger, and even the trigger feels slightly smoother than before. So, got to mount the optics and then take this guy out and re-sight it in. And man, totally pleased with the coating on this thing. If any of you are wanting to do the same thing, just go to blackicecoatings.com and contact Lee. And man, I did this for my 9mm AR-15, and I liked it so much that I decided to do my 45. And so the 9mm has run flawlessly, and the cleanup is super nice because you just kind of take a oil rag. I don't even know if it has to be oil, but just a rag and wipe off the carbon because it doesn't stick to the Teflon very well. And since I shoot these are blowbacks. Since I shoot them and they're blowback with a suppressor, then they get super dirty. But with this Teflon coating, at least with the 9mm AR that I've done before, the dirtiness is easier to clean. So anyways, super stoked about getting this back. And man, I think I'm going to do one of my bolt action rifles, or actually it's a bolt action pistol, and get the bolt Teflon coated and see if he could do the inside of the action, not the chamber, but inside of the action, and have that smoothness on a bolt action. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I can get out and shoot this thing and show you how it functions as soon as I can. But stay safe, guys. Have fun. Okay guys, real quick, I wanted to go over some of the parts that went into this build. I knew some of you would have the question of what parts were in here, so I figured I'd just go ahead and go over them real fast. So here we have the MaconArmory.com 45 ACP blowback guaranteed to feed and function kit. And it comes with a barrel, the bolt carrier group, and the buffer. What's cool about this one, now this is showing it pre-coated before I took it to Black Ice Coatings, and what's cool about this one is that the bolt carrier group, the buffer, and the barrel are all designed to work together, and it's guaranteed to feed and to cycle. And if you look at the barrel, it looks great, and the threading was done pretty good. And what made this one interesting is that there's no indexing pin. And besides that, look at the beveling or polishing on that feed ramp, which makes it feed just flawlessly. So anyways, I was pretty impressed with how everything went together, and I did take it out and do a few shots, and it worked great. Now on the fore end, it's just an inexpensive Davidson Defense one. The optic, we used the Vortex Razor AMG UH1. The lower receiver, we've already talked about that. The grip, I used a Magpul MOE grip. And for the arm brace, I used a SBA4 arm brace. And the charging handle was also one that I bought at davidsondefense.com. Oh, so real quick, I went ahead and mounted the optic. It is the Vortex TV, or also known as the UH1 or the Huey. And, you know, some might look at that and say, hey, you're never supposed to mount the optic on the handguard, which is totally correct. But the cross pin is actually going through the upper receiver. And I just like to mount the optics red dots as forward as possible. And so it is, the crossbar is going on the upper receiver, and it just has a little bit of the front part that extends over to on top of this rail, the fore-end rail. But anyways, this is gonna be, man, I can't believe how smooth that is. It's crazy smooth. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. I love 45 and 45 ACP and the AR-15s. And this guy, man, he's just it's just a cute little one. Smooth. Everything on this is smooth. Oh, wow. This is going to be fun. Anyways, catch you later.